It's Week 14 of the NFL. All eyes are on Cooper Kupp. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Rams and the Lions under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Garden joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Lions in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're led out by someone who needs no introduction to these Lions. Their quarterback for 12 seasons and the franchise's most prolific passer with over 45,000 yards and nearly 300 touchdowns. It's Matthew Stafford. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Going to run the sweep here. This is Kupp. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Pollard again. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Stafford. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. He finds his man. Complete. It's Morgan. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. An 8. Now it's Stafford. Too strong. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. They're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on it. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Taken down at the 47-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 134 yards, and the score, too.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jennings. He's airing it out for Williams. Touchdown! Jamison Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are on the board first on the road here in L.A. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
No problem there on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone could win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. On 2nd and 9. Stafford. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Stafford. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Pollard going to try the right side. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at them right now and say, let's get away from them entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Rams, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a 1st quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in the pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He finds his man complete. It's Morgan. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. Their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Stafford's throw complete there to Berrios. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
That's a gain of 6.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Throwing again is Stafford. Forced, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. And this one is right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
On 1st and 10, Jennings. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Jennings. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jennings. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because it's not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Throwing on 1st down, Jennings. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. On second down, Swift. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
He was brought down by Andrew Booth. A gain of 5 brings
from the 36, Stafford connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Stafford to his number one guy, Kupp, for a Los Angeles first. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one, but two Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Now you're talking about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line.
They go back to Pollard on second down, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. Screenplay set up for Williams. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
They snap it to Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he is going to have the Rams first down. No problem there. They get the first by plenty on 4th and inches. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Morgan. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. To the air again, Stafford. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Stafford. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford steps away to his left, and he wisely will throw that one away. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He's at the 50. 30. The 20. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Jennings. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And his kick here is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Damian Harris, a touchdown run. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Jimmy Garoppolo, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we'll wrap up the weekend with a good one between the Arizona Cardinals and the Buffalo Bills. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll stay on the ground with Swift, and he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd coming short. They'll try and pick it up through the air. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Well, we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments.
Now a hit and a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
Throwing is Stafford.
3rd and 6.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Morgan. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Can't try to go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
There's Stafford. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Stafford. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
Now a give here to Pollard. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Run for Pollard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
For the field goal, a 58-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 4-point game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So out now come the Lions. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Jennings. Being chased out left. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Play action. Stafford. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. The gain of 32 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Stafford. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Aiden Hutchinson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat. but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the threes already put through the posts.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. So here come the Lions now. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings. He's got it to Williams. To throw on 2nd down. Jennings. Open man right side is St. Brown. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
First down, Detroit.
Operating from the gun. Jennings. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. The Rams calling on their nickel set here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, right side, Swift. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Jennings. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And his kick is good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Pollard, and he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll run with Pollard. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Back-to-back running plays, putting them in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15? Now Stafford. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
They'll run again with Bernard. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Take him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up
Trying to run forward with Pollard. Dances by at the 20. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 64 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Pollard. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. Stafford. This is caught. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now it's Stafford. Oh, no, he lost the football. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Stafford. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Detroit getting set to go now. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off. Because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jennings. It's complete to Williams. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Off play action, Jennings. That's out to the flat for... And he loses the football a second time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. They'll look to throw again. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Back to throw again. They'll find Williams on the slant. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jennings. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. St. Brown has it near the sideline. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. To throw on 2nd down, Jennings. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Back to the running game with Swift. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successful?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So now Stafford and the Rams down by 4. A minute 56 to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. Stafford now to throw. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now Stafford. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Stafford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for number 17.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Will likely put an end to this thing. Once again, it's Swift. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jennings. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. Let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So for the Lions, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5.